Support our school by subscribing to the channel and check out our website for new classes starting soon. Hi again, everyone. Welcome back to the Columbus School of Chinese. We're a Chinese language and cultural training center here in Columbus, Ohio. This is our show, Ask a Chinese Teacher. And I have a special guest with me here today, this delicious cup of Starbucks coffee. Did you know that there's actually a ton of Starbucks in China? And there's actually quite a good number of American food and beverage locations, different American brands, that have entered the China market and done really well. Another interesting thing about these brands is what they are called in Chinese. How did they take their American brand name and translate it into Chinese? There's some interesting stuff going on here. I want to give you 5 of these brands today. See if you can guess what they are. And I'm also going to discuss how those names got translated into Chinese, because a lot of those same strategies get used for many different loan words that have come from other languages when they get imported to Chinese. Why are they called the things that they're called? So the number 1 brand here is 麦当劳. 麦当劳. 麦当劳 happens to be McDonald's. It might have been the earliest one of these restaurants that entered the China market. Did extremely well. There's many, many McDonald's throughout China. 麦当劳, as you can kind of hear, the strategy that they used was they're trying to sound out how the English word McDonald's sounds using Chinese syllables. 麦当劳, 麦当劳. Number 2, 肯德基. 肯德基. 肯德基 is Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC. All right. Again, you can kind of hear 肯德基 sounds like the English word Kentucky, and that's what they are doing here. Third one, 汉堡王. 汉堡王. 汉堡王 is Burger King. Super interesting way that they came up with 汉堡王. 汉堡kind of sounds like hamburger or Hamburg, right? So 汉堡, in fact, refers to hamburger. What about Wang? That doesn't sound like king at all. You might be able to guess what's going on here. Wang is the Chinese word, the original Chinese word for king. So we have a combo going on here. We have partly translated from the sound and partly translated with the meaning. 汉堡王. A ton of different foreign words get translated into Chinese like this. Half of it sounds like the original word, half of it sounds like it's not, and that's why 汉堡王. Next one, 赛百味. 赛百味. 赛百味 is Subway. You'll be able to find subways in big Chinese cities these days. 赛百味 sounds like the English word. 赛百味. 赛, let's start from the back. 味 means flavors. 百 means 100, or, in a more abstract sense, a lot. So we have tons of flavors. It's kind of referring to how you can pick all the different toppings and put them in different combinations, right, when you're at Subway. 赛 means to compete or to surpass. So it's kind of like saying surpassing 100 flavors, or so many different delicious flavors, right? So we have this word that sounds like the English Subway, but they've actually put in a pretty clever meaning that has to do with the food. It has to do with what they serve there as well. So 赛百味, super creative name. You'll also notice that 赛百味 has nothing to do with the transportation system, the subway. A subway, that's the transportation system that you can take in a train that goes underground, is 地铁. 地铁 has nothing to do with 赛百味. So if you go around asking for the 地铁, they're going to point you to where you can get on the train to go around town, as opposed to where you can eat a sandwich. And last but not least, we have 星巴克. 星巴克. 星巴克 happens to be Starbucks. This is that combo strategy again. We have 星, which is the original Chinese word for star. All right, 星, and then 巴克. You might be able to hear refers to the bucks. So we have, just like 汉堡王, we have a combo here, 星巴克, 星巴克. All of these brands have done extremely well in China, and there's more. You know, there's Pizza Hut, Coca-Cola, ubiquitous all over the place in China. The names are super interesting. The companies that went over and did well, as opposed to the companies who tried to go over and did not so well, also another super interesting topic that I'd love to get into more in the future. But for now, these are the 5 American brands you can go look out for when you need a little bit of comfort food or a little bit of caffeine when you're over in China.